Welcome back to another OnlineDrummer.com drum lesson. I'm Nate Brown. In this lesson, you'll need the lesson sheet called Drum Fills, Adding Punch to Your Standard. You can get this lesson sheet and more on OnlineDrummer.com. Check out the link below. And before we get started, I want to mention Don Richardson's new book, Beginner to Band. This is a 136-page book that, like the title suggests, takes you from a beginner-level drummer to the point of being able to sit down and play with a band. If you're interested, check out Beginner to Band in the link below to find out more about the book. On to the drum fills. This lesson takes basic 16th note drum fills and adds to it by replacing some of the strokes with a crash and a bass drum. So take a look at number one. Number one's a basic 16th note drum fill that a beginner could play. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. This is all alternating sticking, meaning that you're going right, left, right, left, right, left. In the context of a groove, number one sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, here we go. And I hit a crash coming out of that. That's a pretty basic fill, but now look at number two. Number two is the same structure, or the same fill, except some of those strokes, some of those tom strokes are being replaced by a crash cymbal. And whenever you hit the crash cymbal, you're also going to hit the bass. So number two, 1 E and a 2 E and a. Instead of 1 E and a 2 E and a, the E of 2 is on the crash. The 3 E is 3 E and a. Instead of 3 E and a, we've got 3 E and a. And then the 4, instead of 4 E and a, the E with the left stick is on the crash. 4 E and a. I'll put that together slowly. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E. There we go. Again. You can hear that syncopated because of the placement of the crash cymbal somewhere in the E, and then we've got it on the and. 2 E, 2 E, and a 3 E, and A, 1. Take a look at number three. Number three starts with a slash, and that just means that you're going to continue the beat, or you're playing time on beat 1. The drum fill starts on beat 2. 2 E, and a 3 E, and a 3 E, and a. The snare drum is on beat 2 to keep that backbeat going. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then so on. I'll play this one. 1, 2. Here we go. 1, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Crash coming out. This fill is basically the same as number 2, except that now we're beginning the fill on beat 2, and we threw in that backbeat with the snare drum. 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. And up the speed. Take a look at number 5. This fill begins on the and of beat 2. So you're going to play time or just play a drum beat for the first 1.5 beats. 1, 2, then the fill starts. And a 3 E and a 4 E and it extends into the next measure, 1 E. Then back to the beat. And a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and 2. Remember to come back on 2 with that backbeat if you want to. I'll do it here. 1, 2, and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and 2 and 3. And now a little faster with the drum beat. 3, 4, 1, 2. See how it goes all the way to the 1 E? Do it again. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Again. 1. Number 6 takes that same pattern and replaces some of the tom strokes with crashes and the bass. Begins on the and of beat 2, 2, and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. We've got 2 syncopated crashes. And a 3 E and a 4 E and a. And then of course we've got the 1 E coming out. I'll play that. 1, 2. Do it again. 1. And number 7 throws in just a 1.5 beat fill that extends into the next measure, which of course will make it actually a 2 beat fill. But now we're beginning on the end of 3. 1, 2, 3, and a 4, and a 1. 1, 2, 3, and a 4, and a 1. Back to the beat. I'll play that. And then number 8, just like in the previous examples, replaces one of those tom strokes with the crash cymbal. And it's the of beat 4. And a 1. This is a shorter fill. I'll play it. One, two, three. It's also a good way to end a drum fill. So if you have a drum fill you like, 1, 2. You can throw it in. 1, 2. I hope you enjoyed this drum lesson and enjoyed these 8 drum fills. But more importantly, hopefully it inspires you to try adding some punch or the crash in the bass to some of your drum fills. Remember to check out onlinedrummer.com for this lesson sheet, song sheet music, books, ebooks, all kinds of stuff. Keep drumming.